Hello again, guys. Good afternoon to all of you. I hope you're having a great day. So welcome back to this video, and as always, I appreciate you guys for joining back to watch it. If you're catching it on Facebook, make sure to follow the page, and if it's on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And thank you so much. So I have some interesting updates as usual in this video, and let me start with Joe Aribo, who's Southampton side promoted back into the Premiership after winning the playoffs. Of course, we talked about that during that time that it happened on this channel. And right now, they are currently having a good time in their preseason, actually winning their games back to back. First against Bordeaux, and they actually won that one 3 goals to 2. And then the last game that they played on Saturday, they won Montpellier 3 goals to 1. This shows that Aribo and Southampton are obviously ready to come into the Premiership, not just come into the Premiership, but also stay in the Premiership. Of course, remember the last time that they were, in the Premiership, the first season that Aribo joined the Southampton team, they were relegated, and ever since then they've not been back. So, but now they are back, and they are looking really ready to play in the EPL, against the big dogs like the Man City, the Arsenal, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool. Joe Aribo, who's 28 years old, is saying that, this is where the club needs to be. This is the level that the club needs to be operating, playing with, playing against top teams and also winning games, getting the results. He feels that this is where Southampton needs to be, and he is very excited for this new season that is going to start very soon. Of course, the last time he had a spell that season that they went on relegation, he made some reasonable amount of appearances, making 21 appearances, scoring 2 goals, which wasn't really very nice. But the man is actually looking forward to this EPL season, and has high expectation or high targets that he has set for himself ahead of this season. But the good thing is that he seems to be part of the plan for this for the new coach that actually took over, Russell Martins. And he's been featuring a lot in their games from last season through their victory and qualification into the EPL. Also in preseason, we've seen him being featured a lot, which is a sign that obviously he's part of the plan for this manager heading into the EPL. The 28-year-old has some really positive things to say about his preparation into next season. He said that he makes it a habit of setting high standards for himself, and that it's important for him to reach these heights that he set for himself, and he just wants to show what he's capable of with his God's given talent. We wish the man all the best in this new season. Again, they have a number of preseason games to be played. They have against Oxford next. They have against Millwall, Lazio, Getafe, and then they will start the Premiership with a match against Newcastle on the 17th of August. And moving on to the next gist, let me let you know that Raphael Onyedika and his Club Brugge have now started their season. They actually played their first game of the season last week, Friday, playing a draw against Mechelen, which obviously was a very difficult match. Actually had to come from behind to draw that game. And on the table, that puts them in the 6th position. But we know that the season is still starting and it's just one game played. But as it stands now, Onyedika's future with the club still hanging on the balance. There's still a possibility that he might actually leave Club with this season, because a number of club sides are still showing interest in him. Recently is the one club side from Saudi Arabia, whose name was not mentioned, but the report is that this club side actually willing to trigger Onyedika's transfer fee of 20 million euros, which is actually what Club Brugge have slapped on his head. But the close source also reported that Onyedika turned down the possibility of moving to Saudi Arabia, despite this club also offering huge wage bill per week for the man. He still wants to stay in Europe, and play his football now that he's still at a very good age to achieve, everything that he wants to achieve. So he has shut the door for the possibility of moving to Saudi Arabia. But this Saudi club is not the only club that is interested in Onyedika. Last summer, at some point late last summer, we heard that Barcelona were actually making inquiries about adding the 23-year-old midfielder. And also, a number of Premier League club sides showed interest as well. The likes of Leicester City, Crystal Palace, and Everton were some of the club sides that are currently monitoring Onyedika's situation with Club Brugge. The thing is, he could still move this season, even though their league has started. But the man is prioritizing staying in Europe's top division to play his football, over going to places like Saudi Arabia for the money. And about this interest from top clubs like Barcelona and some EPL clubs, Onyedika said that, it's really flattering to hear this, to read in the news that these big clubs are actually showing interest in him, but that the thing is, he doesn't really pay much attention or much interest to these things. That his agent is the person that actually has that responsibility of having negotiations with this club. That what he fully focuses on is actually concentrating on his football, making himself better every single day. That's his major focus. And moving on to the next gist, let me let you know that Moses Simon has now attracted interest from Olympique Marseille, who are looking to sign him from Nantes this season. Of course, Moses Simon recently returned from a long-term injury after he had a knee injury back in March, with Nigerian Super Eagles. But again, the man is back and feeling really rejuvenated. He actually scored in their preseason on Saturday against the Scottish football club Dunkirk. They won that game 2-1. Moses Simon getting on the score sheet. But right now, there's been massive interest from Olympique Lyon, who currently play in the Champions League. And of course, this is definitely a welcome idea. Moses Simon would want to be playing in the Champions League. But the real question is, will Marseille be able to meet up the transfer, fee that Nantes put on top of Moses Simon, which is obviously around 13 million euros. So I've actually been busy in the market signing a number of attacking players. They signed Mason Greenwood from Manchester United, Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg from Tottenham, and then Ismail Kone, Lilian Brasser, a number of players. And right now they want to get Moses Simon to beef up their wing play. But we'll see what happens in the next coming days, whether or not they'll be able to match that transfer fee set by Nantes. But all the same, it's going to be a win-win situation. Moses Simon actually getting a shot at playing in the Champions League, and of course signing a new contract that will potentially see him earn more than he's currently earning with Nantes. So that's the update for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow Football Stories on Facebook if you're watching via Facebook. If you're on YouTube watching it right now, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share the video, guys, and let's get across to a bigger audience, people who love Nigerian football, Nigerian Super Eagles, and everything in between. That's the update for now. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned for more updates.